This is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about.
Thrown under the bus.
No.
Always live, always real, always unpredictable.
I'm not okay with that.
It sounded good when I thought.
Log on and join our live conversation.
Yes, I don't like that. You're 100% right.
DBL starts right now.
3, 2.
Welcome to DBL. It is Thursday, July 18th. I'm here with Stephanie, Tori, Brandon, and I am Sam. Let's get right into it. The president used his rally in North Carolina to again target four minority Democratic congresswomen. The crowd chanted against Ilhan Omar of Minnesota, who is Muslim. Watch.
Omar has a history of launching vicious anti-Semitic screeds.
Meantime, a protester interrupted the president, holding two small printouts of Trump with Jeffrey Epstein with the words child rapist across it. He was removed with his hands behind his back. Tori, here's the thing. This chant, "Send me back," many people are calling it racist. Is this what you would expect from a Trump rally? Or we've taken a dangerous turn here?
Yeah, so remember the other day when I said you were the one who called out that tweet as a tweet of the century because it made a line, I said, in the sand? We're crossing it and we're going it day by day. We're getting way bigger. So I want everyone to be very clear on this. Not only did he not say it, Trump, this came organically or from some people he put in the crowd. So now the mob is creating these slogans for him. Number two, when you say she can go back, that's blatantly racist, but send her back is very different. Now, the reason is now you have an authoritarian person sending or forcing someone to return to a country. We're getting into, let's just call it dictator, tyrant, fascism. That's kind of a hard word for people, but it just means dictator. Think Hitler, think Mussolini. You have to start saying these names.
And before Brandon chimes in, because I know that, some of our viewers do not think that this is racist. So I just want them to weigh in. I think it's important for us to hear what you guys are thinking, so make sure you head to dblvote.com, weigh in. We want to hear from you. Go ahead, Brandon.
And we really need to hear that voice, because I'm scared that this is the end of bipartisanship. When I went on Twitter, you see hashtag I stand with President Trump. You see hashtag I stand with Ilhan
Omar. Yeah.
So you see that divisiveness there already. And this is only August 2019, and they're chanting send her back. What do you think they're going to be chanting October 2020?
I know.
And just know that he's made his opponents very clear. He went after crooked Hillary.
Yeah.
He's going after the squad for the entirety, I promise you, of the 2020 election.
And I think what the most alarming is the statistic, or the quote actually rather, that you read the other day, that if you were to use this term in the workplace, this phrase, that you would be fired. It's illegal, it's unlawful. So we have to remember that. Let's take ourselves out of it. Let's take politics out of it. Would you be able to say that in the workplace? The answer is no.
Right.
And then really quickly, I just want to leave this with our viewers, because I know that you guys are voting right now. At the moment, it's 62% of you, or 66 rather, say that this chant is racist, and please continue to vote. We're actually going to allow you to vote for a while on the show. I want you to remember, we don't have the footage, but I'm sure you all remember that iconic moment when John McCain, a Republican, denounced one of his supporters, a very staunch supporter of his, or it was a woman rather, that went to the whole thing about Obama being a Muslim.
Yeah, it was a town hall, and she said he's a Muslim. He took the mic from her gently and said, "No, ma'am, he's an American, and he disagrees with me, but he's a good man." That was civility, and he's a Republican. I'm not going against Republicans. I'm going against this racist group that is an aberration from the party.
Yeah, okay, well said. Continue to vote. We're now at 67%, but please, we will continue to track your vote, and then we'll let you know what you guys vote later on in the show. All right, right now, a dangerous heat wave is hitting the U.S. Let's get to Kelly Schuberth with the news at the moment.
Sam, officials say this intense heat wave is not something to mess around with. Get this weekend in D.C., it could feel as hot as Death Valley, and there's no escaping it. It's going to be a coast-to-coast roast with over 200 million people under some sort of heat advisory. So DBL Nation, how will you stay cool during this dangerous heat wave? Let me know using the hashtag DBLtake.
Yikes, thank you so much, Kelly. Praying that everyone out there stays safe. Okay, we all know that many of you are obsessed with the app that ages you. Millions have used FaceApp, including celebs like the Jonas Brothers, but now a leading lawmaker says it could be a national security risk. Turns out Russians own the app, and everyone who's used it may have compromised their personal photos and their data. Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer has called on the FBI to investigate. Now, you were shaking your head this whole time, Stephanie. What have we done?
I was going to say, all right, out of all of us on the panel, how many of you guys have downloaded the app?
I did not.
I did
Thank
not.
goodness.
I did not.
None of us actually did.
I did.
Most people have. You've seen your feeds.
Yeah, it's everywhere. But this is what we don't think about. When we sign up to different apps or social media things, we just tick the terms and conditions. We don't actually ever read them. And we don't think where this information is going. We do it with Facebook, we do it with Instagram, it goes everywhere. But this is really dangerous because these big companies, this is how they make money. They collect all our data and they sell them off, which means you're going to get bombarded with cold calls.
Wow.
And
but Stephanie, I don't think people really care. You know, I don't think people really care when it comes to the Googles, to the Facebook,
You think it's like, I've given up?
to the ones. It's when someone said Russia. When they mentioned Russia, that's when everyone went into
it feels like a bait and switch type of thing. Like here, Americans are just like, I mean,
get Facebook.
Hey, let's get the do. And then Russians are like,
it's true.
Wait, what is this?
Could be a movie. It could be a movie.
It is. I mean, it's so dumb. Not only do they have us, they have our age progression, so they never have to do it again for 25 years. I mean,
come on.
We fell for it.
We did.
Sorry.
In droves.
We fell for it. We're like, let's do it.
That was a side effect? Was what she was doing?
Tori was us.
Okay.
Tori was us.
Yeah.
Yes,
There
she
we go,
was.
Tori.
Yep. The sheep following along. Yep. The military has this is disturbing. The military has a long history of researching some strange and unusual weapons, but now one politician is concerned that they have weaponized ticks. Yeah, you heard me right. Those little bugs that can carry Lyme disease. And now the House has ordered the Pentagon to divulge whether or not ticks were once used as biological weapons. So do you believe that the military and our government could do this and did do this?
Absolutely. This country has a history of unethical human experiments. I mean, just think of the Tuskegee experiment when you're giving black men syphilis and letting them go untreated just to check them out. Without their consent. I mean, just think of warfare when we were supposedly gave the Native Americans blankets with smallpox disease on them. So just think about the things that we don't know about. That's why people want to storm Area 51.
And I do think, just for our viewers, the Tuskegee experiments, a lot of our viewers may not know that it lasted, I didn't know, 40 years.
Yep.
For 40 years, you had men that were untreated with syphilis when they could have been cured with penicillin. They didn't know they had the disease. They weren't being treated. They were told they were given free health care. So not only did many of those men die, but then their wives contracted syphilis.
Oh, that's great.
Their children were born with syphilis. And it wasn't until Bill Clinton was in office where he formally apologized to some of those survivors. There it is.
Wow.
Apologizing on behalf of the United States.
Sam.
So horrific.
An apology is just not enough.
Right.
This is not enough.
No, it's true. And we've had estimated 300,000 to 437,000 new cases of Lyme disease. And they said they might have used it for potential weapons on enemies. So they were testing it and they would drop the ticks. All of this is alleged, but I don't think we're above this.
But then we were just talking about this morning. We were saying, right, I know someone with Lyme disease that caught it.
do too.
You know someone, you know someone.
I do too.
So,
and she's debilitated.
And so is my neighbor.
Completely. So, wow.
That's unfortunate.
It's
so unfortunate.
Yeah, beyond. It makes you see red completely. Oh, all right, well, chime in, DBL Nation. We would love to hear from you. Comedian Kathy Griffin is throwing major shade, you guys, like major. In an interview with BuzzFeed, she talks about her relationship with CNN anchor Anderson Cooper. She says he won't make up with her after that whole Trump head fiasco, but she might have taken it too far when she talked about his late mother. Yeah, watch.
I really was really in love with Anderson's mom, the great Gloria Vanderbilt, and she let me call her Glo Vandy, and she gave me so many life lessons. We would chat, and I actually kind of knew her better than Anderson in a way. And I hear her voice today saying things like, your whole life can change in one phone call, and that's true.
I don't like this at all, Sam.
Really?
No.
I don't either.
There's nothing she said that
Okay,
was
let me just explain my
that
point, and then I want to hear your point. So I watched the documentary with Gloria Vanderbilt and Anderson Cooper, and they did have a very hard relationship. She watched her elder son, his big brother, jump out a window and kill himself as she tried to grab him. There was a lot of things that weren't discussed. She was a socialite with a lot of money. However, you don't bring up someone's relationship like that and say, well, I knew him better, and she died this month. That's not okay for me.
I think it's the lowest of all blows, and I'm a Kathy Griffin fan. I've seen her here in Denver. I've seen her back when I lived in Los Angeles, so I like her as a comic, but this crossed the line for me.
Do you think she did it with
you go?
Do you think she did it with malice, though, or do you think she just said it off the cuff and then now she's thinking, oh my gosh, I didn't mean that?
You don't say that.
I don't think she did it with malice, and I don't think she did it off the cuff. I think she was explaining the relationship she had with this woman.
You do not say I knew this woman better than her own son. She
said, in a way, I think I knew her better than her own son.
That's a dig.
Look at it like this.
That's
you
a dig.
named two sons. You named the two sons. Did Gloria Vanderbilt have a daughter? So maybe she confided in Kathy Griffin as a daughter.
But why does it have to be one or the other? Why can't you just say, I knew Gloria Vanderbilt very well. I hold her near and dear to my heart. Why do you have to throw the dig at somebody? You're kicking someone while they're down.
And they're mourning.
Just lost his mother.
Yeah, he's grieving. I just think it's a bad play.
I think it's beyond. I hope she apologizes. I really do, because we can all make mistakes.
Yeah.
So we'll see. This next story is so cool. A 50-year-old message in a bottle has been found, and the man who wrote it has been located. But get this, he wrote the message when he was 13, while his family was on a ship emigrating from England to Australia. He was looking for a pen pal when he wrote the letter and threw it overboard. Oh my gosh. So
I love that.
Would you have done this? I feel like you would have. Did you do this? Did you?
I've definitely put messages when I've been on a holiday in bottles and like tried to leave it. Yeah, I probably just said the most random weird things like, hi, my name's Stephanie and I love fairies or something like that. But I think this is the cutest thing. This is so heartwarming. But what I love is that someone's found it, and right now this gentleman is on another cruise ship, so he's not even around yet. How weird is that?
And I can't wait till we find him so we can give him a ticket for littering. Come on, Sam. You are Captain Planet herself.
You better believe I'm all about keeping the oceans clean and packing your trash. I love that initiative.
And paper straws to save the sea turtles.
But
now, what about that bottle?
I think, first of all, it was a different time 50 years ago.
All right.
But
how many sea turtles came in contact with that bottle?
That's a good point, Brandon. That's a good point.
Is it?
But it's still a heartwarming
Is it a good point?
It's cute.
It's a good point. It's a good point.
I drank my Haterade this morning.
DBL is live, and coming up, The Lion King is finally out, but it's getting heinous reviews. Don't worry, we're going to go one-on-one with a movie pro. She's going to give you her DBL take, and you, the viewer, are our fifth host. A city in California wants to ban words like manpower and chairman and replace them with gender-neutral words. So DBL Nation, has the PC police struck again? Your comments coming up next.
Introducing the Right Now sale.
Hi DBL Nation, Kelly Schubert here with the DBL Digital Team. Happy Thursday, we are almost to Friday. We can do it, you guys. It's been a long week here at Daily Blast Live. Let us know if you're feeling like it's a long week. Of course, Mercury is in retrograde, so I always use that as my excuse. Is that an excuse? Probably not. Let's go to the desk. Hey, Lena. Hey guys, what's happening up here?
If you don't mind, just a little bit louder.
Hey guys, what's up?
What's going on?
Have you guys
keep going with
ever...
Kathy?
Yeah,
Brandy Sprong just wrote in, I've never been a Kathy Griffin fan. If you guys don't remember, there was a very big moment where she held the head.
Yeah, sometimes you're crystal clear and sometimes
like a severed head of Trump. You guys remember?
There's no way to
Like,
prevent this.
really railroaded her career. I actually didn't like that. And I'm someone who's like, freedom of speech. I thought that went too far, but you can argue with me on that one. But yeah, if you are a Kathy Griffin fan, let me know if this has bothered you or if you've stopped being a Kathy Griffin fan.
I'm right here.
And so I want to know what you guys think. My mom lives in Nebraska, and she said it's so hot there. It's heat wave, you guys. Come here.
Okay.
Paris is like 119 right now. So in France and Europe, I know in England,
it's really hot right now.
Incredibly hot, like insanely hot. And in Juneau, Alaska, it was 90 degrees. And the moose, remember, in the sprinkler, we all laughed. It's like not funny in a way. It's scaring me. People are gonna die.
You guys need to be really careful because you're at risk of hypothermia, and also you need to watch out for any
power outages because everyone's using their AC because it's so hot. So try just be careful with your use of electricity.
I mean, they showed Europe, okay, and women and men are dunking their heads in the public fountains because it's 119. I mean, humans can't inhabit.
Typically, like
oh my gosh,
87.
Yeah,
it's like a summer. It's hot in August in Europe, but it's not 119.
It's nowhere near as hot as
like
it is
Paris
now.
is
Like,
baking. They said baking.
I just worry about like the elderly animals.
Oh, me
Animals,
too.
yeah.
Me too. That's terrible.
If you've got a dog, buy a cool coat. You can get these lovely little coats.
yeah.
You soak them in cold water, and I wrap my
Wonderful.
dog
I'm
in
gonna
it.
get one of
and my
those.
dog loves it,
That's
and
wonderful.
he wears it all day, and it keeps him really nice and cold.
Awesome.
And even when you take it off, his fur underneath is wet, and it keeps him cold in
That's
the hot
great.
months.
That is
Yeah.
cute.
Welcome back to DBL. It is time for Fifth Host when we talk about what you're talking about. Berkeley, California is banning gender-based words from the city codes. Manhole will now be maintenance hole. Policemen and policewomen will now be police officer. And no more chairman. It's now chairperson. So DBL Nation will replacing gendered language in city codes make a difference. Let's get right to their comments. Brandon's already shaking his head.
This is crazy. But it's not about me. Let's go, DBL Nation. Diane from Facebook says, I love this and hope it becomes the new normal. Words are powerful. Words are powerful, Diane, but I'm sorry. This isn't something that I think that I can get behind. If I see a police man, woman, I'm just going to call you policewoman, policeman, and just go about it. No harm, no foul. I don't mean to disrespect anyone. I respect what everyone has going on, but at the same time, this is just too much for me right now.
Judith from Facebook says, this is ridiculous. Good grief. Sorry, I added that weird accent on that. I kind of agree with you on the manhole thing. That's ridiculous, in my opinion. However, when it comes to jobs, I think it's really important. And I know you're going to say, woo, PC police, but chairman and policeman make it seem like that's kind of like the only person who can be that. So I think it's super important that we include it. I know it's going to sound crazy, but in 5 years, no one will notice.
Yaya, hi Yaya from Facebook says, there are so many things that need to get tended to in my hometown of Detroit. I doubt that changing the language in the city codes would make any difference. Fair enough. Thank you so much for your comment. You know what? I'm kind of torn on this one. Half of me thinks there's absolutely no need whatsoever, but I also understand Tori's point. And growing up as a little girl, maybe I think maybe I can't be a chairman because it's more of a male-dominated role. But then it leads me to think about different countries and languages such as French, where everything is based on female and male terminology. So what would those countries do? Like change the whole entire language?
And just so you know, there's more CEOs named Jeff than women CEOs.
I know.
Just so you know.
Yep. Marla from Facebook says, on the heels of the Me Too movement, this is a game changer. Listen, again, at the risk of sounding too PC, I think this is wonderful. I really do. Back in the day when they created these job positions, these words, it was a male-dominated industry and women were in the kitchen. They weren't in the workforce. Things have changed. We need to change the language. And yes, it sounds not normal now, but guess what? For a new, younger generation coming up, I tell you what, words matter. They're powerful.
All right. Danny from Facebook says, I'm glad they didn't resort to human hole to replace manhole. I can live with maintenance hole. Way to crack a joke with it, Danny. But they're also, Sam, they're also trying to change brother into sibling. Instead of saying brother, you're saying sibling. Now, I'm not okay with that, but I'm okay.
Positions, like Tori said.
Job position.
But
job position.
Let's focus on changing job positions and wife beater, like terms like wife beater. Let's focus on the real problem.
Yep, that's a tank top that many people wear.
Yes.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, Jorge from Facebook, sorry about that. Is it good? Worked in manholes for 30 years, like many other people. They will always be manholes. Yeah, manhole's a funny word anyway, but I gotta be honest. To me, objects to me, I don't care at all about. If you call it maintenance hole, I think people are gonna make fun of you. So it's job positions where you can go up or down that I think it matters.
I do. I agree. Completely agree. Thank you for writing in. And then really quickly, DBL Nation, you can still vote in our poll. Okay, we're still tracking your votes. Is the send her back chant racist, or is this what you would expect at a Trump Valley? Please go to dblvote.com to weigh in, and we will share the results at the end of the show. As of now, we got 70% of you believe it is racist.
Interesting.
30% of you believe it is not. All right, Paul McCartney, he has a new project in the works. Let's get to Raquel Villanueva. She has the news at the moment.
Well, Sam, not only is Paul McCartney writing his very first musical, it's based off of one of the most famous Christmas movies of all time. It's a Wonderful Life. If being in the Beatles took him to Abbey Road, his new path is leading him straight to Broadway. At 77, Paul never pictured himself getting into musical theater. It just took finding the right team to make it sound like fun. The 1946 classic film, a banker is ready to end his life, but a guardian angel steps in and shows him his worth. It's a Wonderful Life, the musical, is set to launch next year.
Wow.
This is going to be the musical to watch. It's going to be incredible. I cannot wait to see. This is like a music legend.
It's like Bruce Springsteen on Broadway. You're seeing these older rock stars kind of take over with Broadway. It's awesome.
It is. It really is. Can't wait. All right. Well, coming up on DBL, some critics are calling the new Lion King a disaster. We'll get one movie expert's DBL take coming up next.
What's up, guys? Guess how old Paul McCartney is? 77. Settantasette. I think I said that right. That's really, did I say it right? I spoke Italian for 4 years. I'm glad I got 77 right. That sounds good. Unbelievable that he looks dreamy. Do you think Paul I want it down. What do you think? Yeah. Let's let the DBL people vote. What do you think, Travis? Down? Yeah. I just kind of ended up here in a convertible, or up?
No, definitely down, but you keep pulling
Sorry,
it up.
because, I felt like it was too wispy. Everyone, this is Destiny. People are asking. Destiny is the wonderful makeup artist and, hairstylist, but she's becoming a makeup artist. You're studying. You are.
Because I'm forced to.
Because she's forced to. She prefers hair. And she recently just had a little baby boy. He's a little cute. And she's adorable and
I feel
wonderful.
like you're Dory from Finding Nemo.
Oh my God, how funny.
Or not Dory, no, the whale. Destiny.
I don't like the whales.
Yeah, that's what you
I
sound
don't care
like,
for
though.
that. I don't care for that. Remember when Dory goes, I speak well.
Dory went,
Yeah, and then
Destiny.
my favorite
Her
line
name's
ever.
Destiny.
No, Dory.
Oh, it's Dory.
Oh, it is?
Yeah. But you remember the moment she goes, I have short-term memory, it runs in the family. Huh, where are they? Okay, well, I'm gonna look less tan because apparently I was too tan. Let me know about the Wispies, and I have an awesome new movie thing I'm about to intro. See this? This he's doing.
Welcome back to DBL. Some of the biggest movies premiere this month, but if you're like me, finding time to get to the theater can kind of be a challenge. I have a lot of cross-stitching to do, so entertainment correspondent Maude Garrett is here to help us out. She's teamed up with Tubi, a streaming service, to give us a preview of The Lion King, which is out today. Take a look.
I am so excited about July 18 because that is when The Lion King is coming out. My goodness, though, just how the CGI and animation has grown in that time.
Oh, everyone, calm down. We're here. The backup has arrived.
We've got Jon Favreau, who actually plays Happy in Spider-Man Far From Home, funnily enough. He's taking the director reins with this one. But the kind of voice acting that we've got, Simba, played by Donald Glover, we know him as Childish Gambino. James Earl Jones is reprising his role as Mufasa. Beyonce playing Nala. And I am a Beyonce all day kind of gal. And I can feel the love tonight.
You have to take your place as king.
I can feel the love, guys. But if you do want a kids movie that you can watch for free on tubi.tv, it's called Are We There Yet? It stars Ice Cube. He's trying to impress his girlfriend, so of course the best thing to do is to go on a road trip with them. Hilarity ensues. Daily Blast Live, back to you.
We will be right back. Thanks, Maude.
Hey, what's the tea, y'all? Welcome back to Beauty Blast. I'm Jure for the Slay, and today we're talking beauty gossip, y'all. And this is one of my favorite topics for this week because my girl Lady Gaga just announced a cosmetic line, y'all. Yes, y'all heard correct. Queen Mother Monster herself, Lady Gaga, just announced her brand new cosmetic line called House Laboratories. Now this is amazing because all those little monsters out there have been thinking that she was going to start a new product line for a couple years. Now we really got down to spring of 2018 last year when we were looking around and saw that she was actually announcing things on social media. And just recently at the Met Gala, she actually towed on in on a house wagon tow. Very discreet, Gaga. I see what you did there, girl. Now, just recently, she dropped on social media a beautiful brand new video for her new line, House Laboratories once again, and it's only being featured on Amazon, but is going to be available to over 9 countries. Now, these little products are actually not going to be that small. They're actually coming in packages, kind of like the Kylie lip kit dealio. You see, there's going to be a lip gloss, a lip pencil, and a glitter, or a lipstick, a pencil, and a gloss. There's going to be a couple different combinations. However, what stuck out for me is not just the products themselves, it was the marketing, guys. As a professional artist, I see so many over-edited, airbrushed, blurred over makeup looks that just aren't that realistic. And coming from someone who works in the community, I see what y'all doing out there. However, with Lady Gaga's new line, House Laboratories, she really stood true to the products and didn't show overly edited looks. There was every type of person imaginable in there, from Asian, Latina, Black, white, Caucasian, non-binary, whatever gender you want to be with, girl, they had it in there too. They were showing it on men, they were showing it on women. It was so beautiful, and I love that she gave a quick little mic drop and said, when the world doesn't need another beauty line, we're doing it anyways. Ooh, Lady Gaga, girl, you got my coins together. I'm going to be standing in line on my phone on July 15th, waiting for my house products. Or you can send me some too, Miss Gaga. I see you, girl. You know you want to send it right over here to my address. I'm gonna text it to you though, because you know we real cool or whatever. But anyways, Beauty Blasters, let me know your guys' thoughts on the products. Are you going to be buying on July 15th? Because I know I am, Miss Honey. Alrighty, go ahead and write us back, guys, and follow me on all social media platforms at Jure for the Slay. We'll talk to you guys next time.
Welcome back to DBL. All show long, we've been asking you to vote in our online poll. So is the send her back chant racist, or is this what you would expect going to a Trump rally? Well, the results are in. Let's take a look what DBL Nation is saying. 72% of you say yes, it is racist. 28% of you say no, it is not. So the vast majority of our viewers watching believe that that chant is racist. And as you said, if you were to say that in the workplace, it's unlawful.
Right, and remember yesterday, just to bring it back to the DBL Nation, when it was like, were Trump's comments racist, like she can go back, that was at 59%. So this has jumped significantly with our nation as an alarm has been raised in some ways.
Yeah, well,
Even Piers Morgan said this is bordering on fascism.
Yeah.
And he is a very big Trump supporter.
They're very good friends.
Yeah.
The first step is to call it what it is. So especially for the young, our younger generation, they need to know what is right and what is wrong.
Absolutely.
So, all right, well, thank you for voting. We love hearing from you. We'll see you same time, same place tomorrow. Have a great day, everybody.